guys, welcome to another episode of Breakfast with the Boys. We got Jack Gotzel, we got Jay Guacamole fresh back from LA. Boys, good morning. I'm drinking some iced coffee this morning. Cheers, boys. But first off, we got some kind of scary, shitty news come across here. Tiger Woods injured in a bad car crash. They say very serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Sounds like he broke his legs. This is a guy who's already dealt with back injuries, knee injuries in his career. Had the crash where, like, I think he got caught cheating or whatever, and his wife made him crash into a tree. Like, first off, Tiger, get better because you're the greatest golfer and probably greatest athlete in any of our lifetimes. It's hard to beat Tiger Woods. I don't see how you do that, but the guy's just an absolute icon, man. And it's like, hopefully he's all right, but it's time for him to hire a driver.
Yeah, I mean, golf comes second in these situations. Like, sports come second. You just hope he's okay. I'm glad to hear that he is okay. The return to golf will probably be a long journey if that even happens. But you're just glad to see an icon of our generation be all right out of a situation like that. I mean, I saw the end of the crash. It looked really, really rough. So
yeah, man. And I mean, The car looked terrible. California is apparently a nightmare to drive in, though. Like, the roads are like, some of the roads, like when you go winding through stuff, like if you're not like 100% focused, it can be a little dangerous. No,
I mean, the California drivers, from my experience, they just suck. They all around just suck. I'm driving down the highway and they would just brake check throughout the whole thing. No one in front of them. The speed limit, say, is 60. They're going 40 and they're just kept braking. And I'm in my Honda Civic and I'm just driving by and I'm like, fuck you. They see the mass plate and I'm like, yeah, I'll live up to my reputation. I'll be a masshole. You suck.
Yeah, road rage. I don't
know the whole reason of how, like, kind of Tiger fell off the road, but I saw the car. The car was super fucked up. So that
thank God he had his seatbelt on, man. He would have been dead.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dead if he didn't have his seatbelt on. Thank God.
When I first saw that, I mean, I saw videos. So I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see videos of Tiger at a golf outing. I think he was with Dwayne Wade, the video I saw. And then all of a sudden I scroll 2 posts up and I see that report and I'm like, yo, what the hell happened? So I couldn't believe it. And then I'm seeing reports where everyone's like, we have no status on him. We have no status. He was just taken out. And then finally I see, okay, it's, best case scenario. Okay, it's just his legs. Like, he's still hopefully going to be healthy after that. It still sucks. But, I had a very similar, like, Kobe reaction. Like, I was like, no fucking way.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like,
they had used the jaws of life to get him out.
As soon as I heard that and saw the car, I was like, oh no, like 2020 took Kobe, like 2021, you stay the fuck away from Tiger Woods. We don't need that to end. Speaking of things ending, and we'll keep it kind of that California lifestyle, Kim Kardashian West no longer. She and Kanye West filing for divorce. But I know we kind of touched on it last week, didn't really get into it that much. But apparently now they're saying that Kim has actually been documenting on video the entire thing. Like, first off, do you not know that you have 4 kids with this man? And in the future, certainly, with the profile you've created for them, kids in their school are obviously going to use things against them. And, like, you're going to be selling out, like, family inside secrets for short-term content and money. And people, like, listen, Kanye's off the rails sometimes, but, like, I'm going to say something that could maybe get me in trouble here, but I don't care. This is Breakfast with the Boys. We keep it real. This is Kim's 3rd divorce and this is Kanye's 1st. Why is it all got to be his fault?
Yep.
It's a fair point.
Mic drop.
Hate to say it, but, like, come on, help me out here. Like, she's been divorced 3 times. She had a wedding with that basketball guy. wasn't it like
Chris Humphries?
Blake Griffin.
70 days? No, it's Chris Humphries.
That was a different Kardashian, wasn't it? I don't keep up with the Kardashians.
No. He actually just looks like a Diet Coke, Blake Griffin, and that's basically what his career was. So Chris Humphries, basically Diet Coke Blake Griffin, not a true Blake. If he was a true Blake, guys named Blake, right? They're just intense, but he would probably still be with her. But I mean, listen, they lasted 7 years, had kids, and then she's going to do content like that. That's dirty pool, no?
Scumbag
absolutely.
I mean, not surprising. They're Kardashians. Their mom sold out their whole life, like for this stuff. But a guy like Kanye West, who apparently suffers from really bad mental health things, it's like, isn't that just going to make things worse
She
for
doesn't
him?
care.
I know it.
Yeah,
Like, what? Like, that's the father of your children. Have some
I
compassion. I'm sure he's put her through shit, but don't tell me all those Drake fucking references to smashing her aren't real in all those
oh, yeah, a
songs. Like,
lot more than Drake too.
Drake
I
don't
mean,
lie. Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Like, so don't fucking give me the Kim Kardashian sob story here. That's her third divorce. Kanye's had one. Kanye for life. Kim Kardashian sucks. That's how I
yeah,
feel.
I think Kanye's secretly a genius. I still do.
Me
You
too.
know,
I love him, dude. I love
he's a
him. He's
little
goopy.
crazy, but after I saw his Joe Rogan interview, I think I was driving out first time I was driving out to California. I listened to that and I straight up end the podcast and I look at my brother and I go, I think Kanye's a genius.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Straight
know
up.
what it is, but he is. I feel bad for him in this scenario. I know he's, can be fucked up in the head too. But I just think,
Yeah.
I try to see the glass half full most of the times, but I kind of think Kim's a scumbag for this big time. Like I feel bad for her kids more than anything.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I mean. You're just setting them up for like some bad situations here. Nobody
But also,
wants to
it's kind
relive
of
their
in her
parents'
nature.
divorce.
Like, why is she famous in the first place? Like,
yeah,
she's really
exactly.
famous for her dad being like
Lawyer of
the
OJ
lawyer of
Lawyer.
Simpson,
OJ
yeah.
Simpson, and then a
The
sex tape.
sex tape.
Like,
With a D-list celebrity, that Ray J
Yeah.
guy too. Guy.
those
She was
short-term
like,
contents got her to the point where she's at now.
Oh,
She's
listen,
that's
and believe me,
becoming.
that'll be some of the most watched stuff ever because her and Kanye have just such massive profiles. But let's talk about LA. You guys will remember last episode. Jay Guacamole's out in LA living his best life with his brother. Hilarious clip, McLovin. Roll this little piece of this clip right here.
You motherfuckers! I pull this one. 2, 1. Oh! You just gotta not be a bitch, bro. Oh, shit! Dude, what's up?
First off, man, that is a lot of back hair. I thought maybe you were gonna be like me, like I got the beard, but like honestly, like my
no,
hair
no.
situation is light. Like I'm not a very hairy guy. And when I saw that, that was hilarious. And then the fact that they got Bradley Martin to come and rip it off of you is awesome too, because I love that dude. I saw you like
Uh,
with the Nelk boys, which are like right from where I am, right? Like in the Niagara Hamilton region. And,
yeah.
and that was incredible to see too, man. So like, first off, how did that all happen? And what was that? What was it like kind of hanging out with those guys when the camera's off?
So my experience was pretty cool. So I had no clue that, they were going to surprise me with Bradley Martin. It was an awesome thing to happen. I honestly went in and I'm like, yo, they're just going to have this bit where they're, waxing my back and I'm going to come out with a couple patches of hair and I get nothing out of this. But, a couple laughs. So the clip, it doesn't show. Bradley originally ripped something off my back and then he says something and I didn't realize it was him. I'm just sitting there like screaming in pain, like a little wimp. And then he does it again and I like look up and I saw him and then you saw my reaction. I'm like, what the fuck? So that was pretty cool. And then, the camera ended and we're talking and, we're talking about the gym and stuff. And then he's like, yeah, come out to my gym. Like, let's get a lift in. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, obviously it's like one of those, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Finally, the day comes and me, John, Bryce, and my girlfriend, Emily, we all go out to the Zoo Culture. So I'm a big gym guy and that gym was 20 out of 10. It was unbelievable.
Looked deadly.
I walked in and I didn't know too much about the Nelk Boys, but Brad was filming a video with Steve Will Do It.
Oh yeah.
We just walk in and we dab each other up. So I'm talking to them. And then I'm going for, we're just doing bench and I'm doing my PR and I just kept going up and up in weight. I've always stopped at 225, but, I felt a little stronger that day,
Oh yeah,
maybe
you had
it's,
your Bradley Martin muscles on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You got to show out for the boys.
Yeah,
I go on
absolutely.
the bench and I give my PR. So I'll send the clip, post the video here.
Come on. Press. All the way. All the way. Oh, that's easy. Go. Go. Press. All the way up. You got more. Oh, yeah.
But I ended up doing 315 for 4 pause reps. I had Bradley Martin spotting me.
That's so
And like
awesome.
I said, I had a bunch of people while my brother got to watch me, show off my strongness.
There you
Um,
go, man. I loved it. I
and
love to see it. But were they good dudes, the Nelk boys? Did you talk to them at all?
yeah,
Or?
they were just literally, because I didn't know too much going into it, they just seemed like casual guys it was just Steve. But he was just a casual guy, like shook hands, you know, say, hey, I'm Jay. Hey, I'm Steve. We just had a casual conversation. We just talked about lifting, like nothing crazy. If
He's
I
a
didn't know,
maniac, that guy.
yeah, I looked up the videos after. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, he's like one of the most nuts kids on the fucking internet. Like his name's
yeah,
Steve will do it because he'll fucking do anything.
yeah, it was literally, it was crazy. I couldn't believe any of it. You know, shout out to my brother for letting me come out there and stay with him
Hell
a couple
yeah.
days. Shout out to Bryce too for letting me go to his house and, you know, him hooking it up with the surprise. So all in all, it was an unbelievable trip. Ironically enough, I'm wearing the LA hat. You're wearing the LA
Same.
hat.
Yeah.
Jack, get the hell out of here.
The Yeti hat.
I got the Yeti cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
But
you go.
it was crazy. Like I said, the drivers suck out there. So I can see how Tiger Woods got injured in the long run because someone probably ran him off the road because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. It's
and then-
fucking a war zone out there.
Other than that, food's great. Go out there, get some food. They have happy hour, which I forget is a thing in Massachusetts because they don't allow it here. So, you know, $5 shots, ripping that and just hanging out.
That's
We got a
deadly,
happy
man.
hour in Maine. Come up an
Yeah,
hour north.
I know. I think I have to do that. I totally forget.
That's awesome, man. And especially when you're out in LA, because I imagine any other time. Is it really expensive to like go out and eat there or what was it like?
Food wise, you know, I took Emma. It was her birthday. I took her to this crazy sushi place called Nobu. So that was pretty expensive. It was like high end sushi, but it was melt in your mouth, you know, raw fish.
Oh yeah, buddy.
A lot of Mexican, a lot of good breweries out there. So I think you saw a couple of my tweets. I was checking in.
Yeah, I could tell there was a nice Belgian lager in there.
Yeah.
Looked like some good shit, and I was actually really thirsty for some beers that day. I think that inspired me to get drunk that day. So shout out to Jay Guacamole for making that happen too.
You really had to twist your arm, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy, I mean, you know me. You know me.
I always picture of beer sold.
Oh, I got to drink if he's drinking beer in LA. I mean, I have to.
But it's definitely a spot the boys have to go to.
Oh man, 100%. Like I want to bring some GoPros and just like have a time out there, man. And I think we might be able to make that happen or something this summer. So let's keep after it. But Dr. Dre, we all know he had that brain aneurysm. He's recovered now. We were like, there was reports saying that his ex-wife was in the hospital while he was there. Everyone was kind of murmuring, are they going to get back together? No, they are not, boys. There was an Instagram video published and Dre after it, you know, he went into the studio, wants to make more music. I'm sure after you have a goddamn brain aneurysm, you realize life is pretty precious, man. And he's a guy who likes to take 20 years in between albums, but I think he's starting to realize maybe there ain't that next 20 years left or something like that can show you, hey, those next 20 years aren't at least guaranteed. But here's a lyric, and they put it out obviously on purpose.
Also another reason why there might not be another 20 years.
Oh yeah, here we go. So listen, this is what he said, and then we're going to analyze it, because to me it sounds like he was in a grave situation and the ex-wife showed up, but maybe she had bad intentions. This is what he says: trying to kill me with them lies in that perjury. I see you trying to fuck with me while I'm in surgery. In ICU, deathbed on some money shit. Greedy bitch, take a pic. Girl, you know how money get. Bro.
That's such a dope line.
It's first off, Dr. Dre's fucking fire. 10 out of 10 line. But man, like, did his ex-wife Nicole show up
and to kill him for the fucking money?
Did she try to get the plug pulled? Like, that's what that sounds like. And like, that's only a snippet. What does the rest of the song sound like?
Sounds like she was trying to fucking kill him for the money.
Yeah, I'll give a you think here. That's would you? I mean, come on. She's going for the money. She's the ex for a reason.
Oh yeah, buddy. But talk about slimy shit. Like, girl, you're gonna get a ton of money anyway. Like, all of a sudden when you're famous and get divorced from a guy, Fruit Loops are $25,000 a box anyway. So like, fucking relax, sweetheart. You're gonna get your money. Good on Dre for calling her out. I'm glad he pulled through it. Take a hike. Another guy who can take a hike and rap. Meek Mill. Oh, usually like Meek Mill, but did you guys see the Kobe Bryant lyric? And I mean, it upset his wife. It got people talking. He said, this bitch I'm fucking always tell me that she love me, but she ain't ever show me. Yeah, and if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It be another Kobe.
Oh, damn.
Too soon, bro. Like I get it. You're trying. I understand what rappers do. They're
They
trying
push the
to.
limits.
They're no,
Shock
but yeah,
value.
no. They're also trying to like use word association and like and make things like just way too fucking soon, bro. Like
Yeah, I think he was going for the shock value, and it flopped. It
Yeah.
flopped more like Paul Pierce than Kobe Bryant.
yeah,
Hey, watch
yeah.
it.
Watch
Yeah.
it there, Guacamole Jay's gonna get upset. But
Yeah, no, it's he was definitely going for publicity there or some type of reaction, but I wonder if this what he thought he was going to get. I mean, it's close to home for
yes,
everyone, and like you mentioned, Vanessa, Bryant with the post saying, this uncalled for and it's
yeah.
disrespectful, and I don't know.
Oh,
I
listen,
like
these guys are bombs. What were you
yeah,
saying?
I like Meek Mill's music. And I'll probably still listen to Meek Mill's music, but it's just nice try. That's really all I can say is nice try.
Oh
You
yeah,
get
don't
some bad
cancel him because of
credibility,
it.
but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. We don't cancel people here. It's just it
Yeah,
was bad. I don't think
it just
I don't
sucked.
listen. I don't think he was trying to disrespect Kobe. It's
I mean,
it just
how,
missed. It just
It
missed.
yeah,
missed.
It just missed. Like I don't think he went into it being like, "Yo, I'm a diss Kobe." Like that ain't a diss. It isn't
it's
personal. He just like used some
the
bad word
yeah,
association that like is way too
and you can totally picture like everything in your head. I mean, I guess it's kind of smart in the long run. It's just bad timing.
bad timing. Like I understand where he's going. I get what a chopper means in the rap world as opposed to what a chopper means like to three white guys on a Breakfast with the Boys podcast sitting with a pink background here. It's a little different than what Meek Mill's talking about. But although I gotta say, did you guys see that Meek Mill and 6ix9ine video? They were
What the
fighting
hell was
each
that?
other. Dude, Tupac and Biggie rolled in their grave at the same fucking time like a couple rotisserie chickens when that happened. Like both these guys,
Yep.
mad security, yelling at each other about how they're going to do this and they're going to do that while both filming each other. Like
The,
if you're looking for a fight and you
it's
actually want to fight and it's not for Instagram, like that was set up, right? Like they did that on
A
it had
purpose.
to be.
100%. Because, like, I mean, even look at the security guards. They're barely stopping them. If they wanted to go after each other, they still could have. And also, I mean, do we
Either
know
that
that
or they
Tupac's
both go.
dead? Shout out Venti. How can he roll over in his grave if he's still chilling?
Yeah, if he's living in Hawaii or
Yeah.
Cuba, or if he's in Cuba, you ever see the video that people think Tupac alive? Machiavelli's fucking breaking all up. Mac alive. He's alive, bro. Shout out Venti. That's funny, man. That was some fucking that was some lame shit. And they were like, oh yeah, lucky our security were in the way and stuff. It's like neither
It's
one of you guys were going
Neither of them
after it.
wanted to do shit.
Yeah,
it's the
bad
classic
excuse.
scenario where it's like you're about to get in a fight and you have three friends like hold me back, and you guys just standing there. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everybody can be that MMA kid in the bathroom at Oklahoma University.
Oh
Oh, that
my
was nuts.
God, boys.
That
Did
was nuts.
you see that fight?
Good for that kid. I love seeing that shit.
Yeah,
you
'cause
never
you
Legend.
you never know who to fuck with, and that's why I really try not to fuck with anyone because you
You do.
don't know.
Well, bro, exactly. But you can tell that, look at that kid's playing professional or he's playing college football or whatever. He
Douchebag.
you could tell he comes
Yep.
from that frat lifestyle. I mean, how many times has he been picking on people that aren't fighters and aren't trained? That was karma serving that kid a hot lunch, and he took three right away, just three crosses, but he just came.
I loved how fast that's bah, bah, bah.
Bang,
Yeah,
bang,
and that's what I'm saying.
bang.
Now his dad wants to sue because he broke his orbital bone. I hope every kid that he's done this to before that was smaller than him that he tried to pick on that couldn't beat his ass like that kid comes forward and says, no, your son's a D-bag. And he had what's coming to him, and that kid's a legend for giving it to him.
Yeah, also funny to see all those guys, like, because in his buddy and the buddy's other buddy got into a fight. There was two fights going on at the same time.
Imagine being the guy pissing in the urinal. Yeah.
But did you see how much piss was on the floor that they were rolling in? Like that floor was piss soaked.
That other kid's a legend too that just comes out of the stall and like tugs the kid and just is like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm not doing this shit today.
probably tugged, probably saw what buddy's eye looked like, and probably went, "Never mind, brother. Like you got him. You got."
Yeah,
him.
I'm just trying to take a piss. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
and
and it was
we're-
funny, man, too, because there was like some jocks making some excuses, like he got sucker punched, and it was funny too, because he did, like when Buddy cranked him, though. The funny thing is that the guy behind him was the one who shoved him. like to start it. His buddy behind him pushes him, and then buddy like goes back and thinks about it, and then bang, bang, bang hits him. But it was his friend behind him that shoved him and got him smacked. I thought that was hilarious. Almost as funny as, did you guys see Ted Cruz? Texas goes under a freeze. He gets caught on a flight to go into Mexico to escape the sun because he's a rich politician asshole going on vacation on your guy's dollar, and he gets busted, and he says, I was just escorting my daughters down and I was flying right back. Like, bro, absolute worst excuse. Like, legit pulled the Shaggy. It wasn't me, essentially.
I just wish he came back with like the cornrows and like the beads from Cancun. That
might as well
really
have.
It all off.
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so funny, and who can blame him? I mean, I would want to get the fuck out of Texas too if all that was happening.
Oh yeah, man. If you got the money and the power,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're gonna try, but bro, like fly private or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
spend the extra tax money you've been stealing for all those years, and like, you know, get a better, like, don't fly economy with regular people in this political climate. They're all looking to bust you. But that was hilarious.
You know, he sent at least one text to one of his buddies while he was at Cancun. It was like, how's the snow in Texas? Yeah.
Tee hee 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 hee.
Oh yeah, yeah, fucking winky face, having fun in the sun. Hashtag Ted Cruz. But no, just such a terrible excuse. But it was so funny. Like, God bless him though. He just sat in front of the cameras. I saw him on Hannity on Fox, and they were like, well, you know, there's some people upset, and they just like softball him an easy question. He's like, no, I just was being a good father, taking my girls down. He's like, but I will admit I was going to stay the weekend, but once the outrage started, I came home that day, but I was only going for the weekend, was just going to bring them down. It's like, buddy, 4 million people don't have heat. And he's like, yeah, I'm one of them. So I'm out of here. It's a pretty funny story. Pretty funny. It's what you would expect. Jack, speaking of what you would expect, El Chapo.
Oh, this one's my favorite. So El Chapo's wife gets picked up for drug trafficking. Who would have thought? Like, the last person I would expect in the world is a wholesome woman that would marry a guy like El Chapo to be involved in this stuff.
Yeah,
like, model citizen picked up for drug trafficking. Who would have thought?
Shocking.
Shocked.
These stories are all hilarious. I just love every single one that we're going over.
Dude, no, we were saying it. This week's agenda is so good. There was so much to talk about last week. That's why we were so glad to have your brother on, because legit last week, like, nothing happened. There was nothing to talk about. So having your brother and you come in from LA was deadly. But yeah, it's just like, how do you be El Chapo's wife after he's been arrested and still be trafficking drugs? Like, how do you not stop? Like, do you
you're
not
the
think they're
prime
watching?
Suspect. They're looking at you. Like, what? I'm betting she wasn't arrested at church.
No, I'm guessing she wasn't. Yeah,
gotta stay in the game.
Oh,
someone's got to get the money.
Oh yeah, well, you know El Chapo, right? Every time he goes to jail, there's always some tunnel dug for him to get out. That guy's paid his way out. I wouldn't be surprised if he escapes again. Speaking of getting out of jail, boys, Bobby Shmurda, 6 years in prison. He's out. Gets picked up. You know the Bobby Shmurda dance. That's a classic. That video has lived on from the dawn of time. That song is fire too. But yeah, he got picked up too. The great thing is actually Quavo from Migos picked him up, and they picked him up in a private jet too. So he got picked up in style. That kid was involved in some serious stuff, and he got off pretty light. I mean, 6 years, gets picked up. I bet you will hear some new music soon, and he looked good. I mean, man, not many people come out looking that good from jail.
Yeah, but he's got to murder someone again, so that way he can incriminate himself in another song and make another banger.
True. It's one of the key ingredients
Weren't
to
they
a fire
like talking
song.
about their GS9 or whatever? He's like, GS9, all that stuff. And they're like, wait, that's a real street gang. And then like they're talking about real street gang activity and just get themselves busted. Like, nah, bro, like, come on now. You got to watch. He needs to be a little more careful. You know, he was young. He was just a kid. Hopefully he's learned.
Was it Bobby
He's just a kid,
Shmurda?
he's murdering people.
Was it him that everyone thought Trump was going to let go on his last day of office? Was it Bobby Shmurda?
He was like on the list, but Kodak Black is
Kodak Black.
Is who he actually pardoned. He pardoned Lil Wayne He pardoned some hilarious celebrities for stuff, actually. When you actually dig into all the pardons he did, there's like some pretty funny people. He didn't pardon Joe Exotic, which is why he's dead to me now.
Yeah, Jack, did you ever end up watching?
No.
Ah, we sent you home with homework.
I know, still hasn't done his homework. He's like Germano. Speaking of Germano, Nick,
I watched the highlights.
listen, we had to like start. We need to put our brand into the other social media avenues. So we got a kid running a TikTok for us, right? So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go check out the TikTok, see what's going on. We get a follow from Germano, who's Nick Germano. He's a blogger for us. He's our editor. He's our main editor at
Editor-in-chief, right there.
Editor-in-chief. Dude, the kid's just like steady been on TikTok, but like hasn't told any of us about it. Like, bro, he's a TikToker. One of his videos had like 100,000 likes. I couldn't believe it. I
thought it had like 500,000. It was ridiculous.
Dude, it's
I thought
something
it was like 527K.
Is he doing the dances?
No. It was just like a hilarious, like, I don't even know how to like really explain it, but it was like him, and then like it like was supposed to be like changed to a high school outfit, but it was like some TV character or like show character of an African American guy. Nick Germano's like the skinniest white kid.
Yeah, it was like someone you look like from Stranger Things or something.
Yeah, and it was the African American guy, which is just like, it was funny. But man, he has one TikTok too where all these girls are coming up in their bikinis running, and like they put like their boobs out and like do like a dance, except for he's got himself turned around the other way, and he's like pretending to motorboat all of them as they go through. It's one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Like,
meanwhile,
Germano,
me and Mancuso are like, we need to figure out TikTok. This kid's got it nailed.
It's like, why aren't you making these videos? Like, we'll give you the account. Like come help us out, Germano. Germano's the king of TikTok, and we didn't know that. Kids out there killing it in the TikTok game, and we don't even know it, keeping secrets. That's rotten. That's rotten. Daft Punk boys. I don't know if you guys are big electronic music fans. I certainly
I was
like
big
it.
into Daft Punk back
One of the OGs.
1993 they formed, two DJs, incredible music, what a ride, called it a career. 1993 to 2021, pretty impressive career, man. Kanye used the Stronger to make that banger too, and not that it put them back, like they were huge in the 90s, but yeah, it was like that kind of was like their reemergence again, into the more mainstream of like the next wave of people. So man, a band that goes across 3 decades, pretty impressive, man.
Well, 27 years, 28 years.
Yeah,
I still think to this day that Tron's soundtrack that they did for the movie is one of the most fire soundtracks.
Yeah,
if you haven't listened to it lately, take a listen again. It just brings back some serious memories, and it's, like I said, it's just fire.
Speaking of serious memories, did you guys see the Mortal Kombat movie trailer? Holy shit.
I didn't see it.
Man,
it's
that's your homework.
Is it?
Is violent as hell. They start with the origins of all the Mortal Kombat, and it talks about how they were going after Sub-Zero, who seems like he might be like one of the main characters here in this story. And he grabs the cop or whatever, freezes both his arms, rips them off, blood shooting out. Man, like people get sliced with knives and like cut open. There's blood. It is honestly probably one of the most gory movie trailers I've ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Does Jax ever lose his arms in the same way in any Mortal Kombat thing? Like that guy always gets his arm ripped off, but it's always different. Like every time he gets his arms ripped off, it's like something completely different.
Yeah, but Jax had his arms ripped right off by Sub-Zero there. I don't know. I don't remember, man. Like the first Mortal Kombat movies I watched, like the first one came out in 95. I remember
that one stinks. I'm sorry.
It's not great. The second one came out in 97. The movies have never been great. It's the video games anyway. I always loved. I hope that this does it, but I wouldn't be. I mean, one thing's for sure, it's going to be violent as hell.
Oh, it always is awesome. Violent as hell. I watched one of the anime like movies with Venti actually the other night, and it was the most violent thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's crazy, man. That's hilarious. That's good. And like, we'll take it away from violence and stabbing and arms getting ripped off, and we'll give some happy news. He might have been the bridesmaid this season, left at the altar kind of thing in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, but guy became a father for the first time this week, boys. Sterling Sky Mahomes, beautiful baby girl, nice and healthy. One of the great quarterbacks in the NFL. Wanted to give a shout out to Mahomes for that. That's I'm not like his biggest fan personally.
I thought we were talking happy news. Poor kid. That mother, imagine her yelling at this kid like in that voice. I'm so sorry for this kid. Like, that's awful. I feel bad.
But he gets put on timeout. He's in trouble.
It's inhumane for her to have a child.
Yeah, I don't like her at all. Just because I'm a Pats fan and all the shit she talked and what she did. But
Brittany Matthews, right? That's her name.
Whatever her name is, and the brother's annoying too, but
he's the worst.
Congrats to Pat Mahomes, #girl dad, have fun. He's young, he has a lot of money. That kid's gonna grow up having so much fun. But yeah, his brother's the worst.
But gonna get screamed at in that horrible voice and probably go deaf at age 5.
Yeah, hopefully she keeps the screaming to a minimum around the baby when she gets excited, because I think Patrick Mahomes has a lot of good football and a lot of success still left in his career. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Breakfast with the Boys every Wednesday morning, 9:30. It's coffee time. We catch up with the latest news, the latest drama, everything going on in the entertainment world, music world, sports world, if we feel like it. We just have Jay Guacamole showing up in LA, being with famous people sometimes. Like this podcast is my favorite podcast that we do. I have a ton of fun on this podcast. Follow it on Twitter at breakfast_boys. That's BOYZ or Z if you're in Canada, but don't talk like that. None of us say that anyway. Follow Tarps Off Sports on Twitter and on Instagram and TikTok now. Maybe you'll see Nick Germano doing stuff. Jack, where can people find you?
At Jack Gottsell, JackGotsell. Jay?
And you can find me at Jay Guacamole on Twitter.
Jay Guacamole, he's the king, and I'm C-Mancuso 9797. Breakfast with the Boys. We'll be back next week, guys. Cheers. Have a good rest of the week. It's hump day.